Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto have unveiled their 7-member bipartisan team that is supposed to meet and talk about matters of national importance. As they wait to meet, temperatures are already high. It's already heated and the environment is polluted by threats and hardline stands. There are several secret meetings happening and whipping across the country is taking place. Today, Raila Odinga met with the Usawa party leader Mwangi Wairia at his current home and they had breakfast. This is what the ODM party shared on their social platform, that Usawa party leader Mwangi Wairia today had breakfast with PL Raila Odinga at the latter's current residence to discuss issues of national importance, among them national dialogue and proposed parliamentary bipartisan discussions. This meeting is very important. The timing is very significant. You all know that there is a lot of tension in the country. Raila Odinga has heightened the political temperatures by telling William Ruto to open the server. And he says that for us to put this matter to rest, let us just open the server to know who won the elections. He's telling Ruto that you must bring down the cost of living. And that is, of course, the reason why they have the 7-member party leaders from both sides. Mwangi Wairia is coming from Central. He represents a group of Central politicians who have refused to conform to Rigathi Gachagwa's political ideologies. Rigathi Gachagua is carrying himself, obviously, as a man who wants to take over as the Mount Kenya kingpin. He's so ruthless, he's so determined, his eyes are on the ball. Anyone who tries to be on his way as a hurdle is cleared. But someone was saying that there is one undoing that Rigathi Gachagua does not see. That he does not have a party that he can identify with. UDA, truth be told, does not belong to Mount Kenya. Whether you like it or not, our politics is more tribal and ethnic based than factual. And every party that we have in Kenya can identify with a certain family or a certain community. You talk of the UDA, you will identify with the Kalenjins or Rift Valley and the Ruto family. Talk of ODM, you will get its roots in Nyanza and the Odinga family. And I know that the officials touch across the country, but this is the truth. You may want to dismiss it. Talk of the Jubilee, Central, Uhuru Kenyatta. Talk of Kanu, Rift Valley, Moi family. So, and in fact, all these big families would always want to have a certain party. So someone was telling me that in as much as Rigathi Gachagua is becoming too ambitious and he wants to inherit power from William Samoei Ruto, he is sitting on a very precarious and slippery ground. Because if William Ruto, should anything happen that he's kicked out of the UDA, where will he go? You've seen that William Ruto is rooting for all these affiliate parties to fold and join one party called the UDA. And of course, this really ruffled people like Mudavadi and Wetangula the wrong way. They refused this move because they felt that there is something mischievous that is happening. But if you look at Mwangi Wairia, he's got a party called Usawa Party. William Kabogo has a party called Tujibebe Party. And of course, Mwangi Kiunjuri has a party called the Service Party of Kenya. These three belong to a certain group that believe that they are an alternative voice in Mount Kenya because they still believe that there is a vacuum. I have always asked this question. I've never gotten a satisfactory answer. Who is the ultimate kingpin in Mount Kenya? Is it Rigathi Gachagua, Uhuru Kenyatta? Who exactly is a kingpin there? So this for this visit, it is raising eyebrows because of the reasons that I've mentioned. While Rigathi Gachagua says that Raila Amolo Odinga is an entity and they should not even talk to him, Mwangi Wairia went to meet Raila Amolo Odinga, and they mentioned that they talked about matters of national importance, including national dialogue and the impending dialogue about the bipartisan talks. This tells you that Mwangi Wairia is preparing himself so that when the time comes, the story of Mount Kenya will not be told by Rigathi Gachagua alone, because that is what Rigathi Gachagua has always wanted to do. He wants to be the speaker in Mount Kenya, and he wants to tell the story according to the gospel of Rigathi Gachagua. But these rebels also want to have a chance, so that as Rigathi Gachagua tells the story of Mount Kenya, they also want to tell the story of Mount Kenya. You saw the former presidential candidate, Mr. Wairia, came on board and he said that they also want to join these talks. And people were asking, where has he been all this time, ever since he congratulated William Samoei Ruto and he conceded defeat? But it turns out that several party leaders are now coming on board. So when people meet to talk, people like Mwangi Wairia will take sides and they will say that we want the server to be opened. When Rigathi Gachagua will be saying that we don't want any talks about the server, people like Mwangi Wairia, maybe Kabogo, maybe Kiunjuri will be saying that we support the server to be opened because we want peace. And this will be a blow to Rigathi Gachagua. Already, you can see that there are political altercations between Rigathi and William Samoei Ruto. They are trying to hide it, but you can see it. Even with the appointments of the 7-member team that will face Raila Amolo Odinga, Rigathi was really disappointed. And with the politics in Kenya, we are only giving them a few months, because Rigathi Gachagua is one man who is boiling. You know that William Ruto is also another boiling man. So when they meet at certain equilibrium point, things will fall out, or should I say things will fall apart. And people like Mwangi Wairia will be the voices to speak in Central. They raise the story about BBI, and that discussion is really high, because just a few days ago, certain members from Mount Kenya said that they want the formula for sharing national revenue to be relooked at, because they are saying there are so many and they contribute to almost 30% of the total national revenue collected. This story was in the BBI. And you've seen Raila Amolo Odinga telling William Ruto that you should not bring back the BBI through the back door, because they are already accusing William Ruto of giving Musalia Mudavadi something that is not in the constitution, yet they call him chief minister. So there is a certain undertone going on about the BBI. People who will champion this thing if it comes up are people like Mwangi Kiunjuri, because they will say that we were cheated. Mount Kenya was going to benefit, and it's true, Mount Kenya was going to benefit from more constituencies that were going to be added there, more money, but William Ruto hoodwinked them, and they even went to court and they thwarted the BBI. The reality is now dawning on them. When William Ruto was campaigning, there were a lot of lies about Uhuru Kenyatta. They still continue to demonize Uhuru Kenyatta. People like Mwangi Wairia will stand up and tell Mount Kenya that, look, you were cheated and you're still being cheated. When the government could not pay civil servants, they blamed Uhuru Kenyatta. They will continue blaming Uhuru Kenyatta even after 4 years, because at least they have an excuse. So Mwangi Wairia is sitting there as someone who will be telling the truth, will be telling the story of Mount Kenya, apart from that gospel, like I've said, of Rigathi Gachagua. So this meeting was very important, and it's coming at the right time. You will see many more of them. As William Ruto meets several ODM and Jubilee leaders in State House, Raila Amolo Odinga is also meeting several voices. And you will see the clergy there. You will see several right groups. Very soon you will see the Law Society of Kenya, human rights. You will see them coming, and they would want to be joined in these talks. So we wait and see. But this meeting is really causing a lot of anxiety in Central Province, because Central is already divided with the persecution that the government is trying to charge against the family of Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru is gaining more sympathy, and the reality is coming out. They're suffering from hunger, drought. All that they were told and promised are now falling on the ground. So, ladies and gentlemen, very soon the truth will be out, and this meeting was very significant, and Rigathi Gachagua might not even like it. I don't know what to think, but that is my take.